What up, players? Late vlog today. Look at it, dark out. Getting the fire going like a boss. It's getting messy down here. Look at this. This was my table set up for my stuff. My wife's been working here. Come on now. So I had physical therapy today. I hate when I have to do this angle. This light's driving me crazy. I have an astigmatism, and that's how lights look to me all the time. It sucks. I'm always like, shh. Like, whoo, whoo. Anyways, cool. Fire's going already. We'll move to the other room. Such a great intro to a vlog. I'm gonna turn on the fan. We got the fan system still working great. Although it was like absolutely a heat wave today. I think I saw 49. And it's what, January 29th or 30th or some shit? My goodness. Anyways, physical therapy today. It's going good. She's really happy with the progress. Why was I so close to the screen? I was just talking and then I looked up and I'm like, so I was doing physical. Never. Okay. Anyways, she's really happy with how everything's doing. She's like, I can tell you're doing your exercises. You are correct. As much as I can. You know, I mean, she said I only really need to do it like 3 to 5 times a day. Sometimes I do more. Sometimes I do what I need to do. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Anyways, I have a new exercise. I can't show it to you guys because I gotta do it on a table and it's very elaborate. But I'll try and explain it. So, with my hand out of the brace, I have to have like a straight edge. I gotta lay it down, my arm on the table, and it has to be up against something straight. So like this, and my arm's not in the brace. But see how my hand in the brace, it naturally curves down? That was kind of hurt my wrist when I twisted, so I gotta be careful. So when it's out of the brace, how it has this curve. Even when it's out of the brace, it naturally has that curve. Does that make sense? So imagine it's like this, right? But I'm gonna do it horizontally, vertically. I have to grab my hand like this and then move my palm in so I get what they call hook hand. So I make my broken hand like this, the shape of this with this hand. Does that make sense? So I go like this, okay? And then it was kind of scary today, but I did it like 10 times. And she said I did really good. I make this shape with this hand using this hand. So I'm not allowed to move my fingers in. I have to use this hand to bend the fingers in, right? Then I have to use my tendons to hold that shape, not very hard, but just put a little bit of tension on it and slowly let go. They spring back a little bit, but I gotta try and hold that position. Not like full force, but just like 10%, right? I have to hold it I curl my fingers like that while I straighten my wrist, right? Because I was talking about the curve in my wrist. My hand's kind of tensing up because I'm imagining myself do it. I could feel the tension here. I gotta try and relax. So I curl my fingers in while I straighten my wrist. So that's why I have that straight edge, right? So now my arm and my wrist is completely straight, not like this. And then I slowly let go of my fingers and hold that position, and then I start to tensioning my arm again, and then I slowly release the tension in my fingers so they curl out like this as I'm bending my wrist back to this shape. And then once I get back to this shape, my fingers are like this, and then I need to stretch my fingers out so it's back to this position. It's like a lot of steps to remember, but just thinking about it, and I worked them a lot today, so it's already kind of tense, or sore rather, I think, just from working them, right? It's like going to the gym, you know, you're doing arm curls or whatever, and then your muscles are sore the next day or whatever, and then you do legs the next day or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a workout guy, but that's how my tendons feel. But I have to be so easy, but that's the next step in getting it, you know? So it's just, at first, she was helping me with it, right? And she's like, okay, hold your hand. She's slowly letting go. And she's like, you have to try a little bit harder, not too hard. And I'm just trying to find that balance, right? Like, I have a lot of control over my limbs because I play drums and finger pick guitar and stuff, right? So I just had to like really focus, and I was able to do it that second time. And then I was doing it myself after she helped me like 2 more times, you know? So I did like 3 times with her and then like 6 times by myself. But that first couple times with her, I could feel it. Like, it wasn't like hurting, it wasn't like burning or anything. I haven't used those tendons, right, to do that. I mean, I would kind of show you how I could move my fingers before I went to physical therapy when before I knew I wasn't supposed to move them. And the only thing that's in the back of my mind is, you know, they're like, you don't want to move your fingers because you don't want to do anything because you can rupture your tendons again, and you're gonna have to get surgery again, and I don't want to do that. And they said, like, when you rupture it, you know, and it does not feel good. So that's all I'm just like trying to focus on doing it, but it's like almost like waiting for it to just like pop, you know? Because they said it's what you'll like feel and hear a pop, and it's your tendon rupturing. But it didn't. So I didn't do any more today because I'm just like, I'm supposed to like continue to massage it. The swelling seems more swollen right here, and I noticed today, like, I think I told you, it's swollen here. So this is like my cut went from like here down to here. No, sorry, over here up and this way. And right here, kind of in the corner, it's numb. It's swollen and it's numb, but I found out today too, it's numb up here. So like, I can't feel that, and I can't feel it here. I can feel it over here, down here, up here. I can feel all this, but they said that's part of it. I will get that feeling back. It's just super swollen, and you know, so that was that. It was a little intense, we'll say. It's like it seemed explaining it and showing you like I need to use my other hand and do this and that, and like it's all so tight, you know what I mean? Like, it feels good to like move my wrist. Like the first 2 physical therapies I had, like she would grab, you know, she would make a hook hand with her hand, and she would, you know, kind of work my wrist back and forth, and it felt so good. It's one thing, like, I always pop my fingers, my knuckles, and I haven't done it for almost a month now. And like, because sometimes my thumb gets so sore, like I'll just like move it and it'll pop, but like it just feels like all my knuckles and my wrist just want to, like, you know what I mean, just the knuckles popping, like it's just sore and stiff rather. So But it doesn't seem like it's that intense, but it's like, I did a lot of damage. You know, you guys that have requested the pictures and seen the picture of, you know, right before they took my stitches out. It's not, it's gnarly. So, it was a gnarly cut. I mean, I almost bled out, so. And in other news, she got my OR, my physical therapist, she got my OR report last session, and which was towards the beginning of the week. And I wasn't allowed to keep it. I think I mentioned that. She wasn't allowed to give me a copy, which I thought was kind of strange, but she was kind of going over it with me because she said she can do that. And she just kind of like, it's like 4 pages, right? And she's just kind of in layman's terms and just like, you know, this, that, and the other happened or whatever, just skimming through it, basically. Well, when I showed up today, she said, so I went over your OR report in detail afterwards, or before today or something like that. And she was like, and I learned something new, which I didn't know either. So I severed my ulnar artery. I guess it's one of 2 going from your arm into your hand, which they could repair. I damaged all of my tendons except for my thumb. And I severed, from last I know, is 3 tendons, which I believe all of them, there's your tendons, I'm not a doctor, so from what I understand, what she explained to me, your tendons at some point like split, so that's like 4 or 5 tendons going for your fingers going up your arm, and then they split. Some of them split, or all of them split or something. So the ones I severed were all after where they split, which is like, I mean, severing your tendons is not ideal, but I guess that's the least ideal. It would have been better if I would have severed it. You know, it would have been better if I didn't sever them at all, actually. But yeah, so there's that. And then the biggest thing, which she didn't know, which I guess we kind of got lucky because remember I said she was working my wrist. I also severed a tendon for my wrist. So I guess you have multiple tendons for your, like in this side of your arm and this side, so you can go like this. But then you also have tendons running the sides of your arms, so you can go like this. Well, this one over here, so it would be this. So my tendon, so I can, this way, I severed that one too. So now we're at 4 tendons that I severed. I guess the report's not completely clear, so maybe it was like 2 for my fingers and then 1 for the wrist or something. But I guess it's 4 tendons. But we didn't know about the wrist. So I guess that's why my wrist is really stiff. It's so crazy. I can't believe, you know, and everyone told me, but I think about it sometimes. I can't believe how much damage I did. I mean, it like makes sense because, you know, I mean, well, I hit an artery and I almost bled out, but the cut was so big too. And severing all those tendons in my hand, like it just, like when I got back from the hospital, I mean, obviously I was, you know, just had surgery twice in 12 hours and they had a bunch of pain med in me and they gave me prescription meds, you know, for pain. And it's like I was all drugged up, but I'm so focused on like getting back to like trying to make content that I'm just like, you know, I'm trying to talk to people, make videos. I'm like not making sense, but it just didn't sink in. And it's like as I keep going through the healing process, I learn more, and then like more sinks in. It's like, holy, I can't. it was like I had that bandage on. It was just like a big bandage, and you're just like, whoa, big bandage, you got hurt. And then like I walk around with this thing, and it's like, you see someone with a splint on, you don't think like, oh, he sprained his wrist or something. It's like, nah, dog. Like, this was like the deal. Crazy. I just, I don't know. My mother-in-law keeps saying, because they said 3 to 6 months. The physical therapist is pretty optimistic about 3 months, and my mother-in-law keeps saying like, well, that's summertime. You'll be good to go by summer. And I'm like, dude, it's January. Well, I guess it's February now at this point, but I'm like, dude, that's like, I've already been, having to do everything left-handed for a month already. Like, I still got 3 more months. Like, holy. But hey, I mean, I'm making progress. It's just, I guess, like I said, it's like nothing really sank in. It was just like, wow, I got a bad injury. Wow, I got a really bad injury. Wow, I got a lot of work to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today, guys. I'm sorry. I guess the last few vlogs have been kind of short, but I don't know. I don't really have much to say, I guess. That's really all that's going on in my life. I woke up, I've been really tired the last few days. And Kimmy thinks because she was reading something. She's been trying to keep herself educated on this and stuff. She worries about me rupturing a tendon and stuff too. But she was like, I was reading something that when you, I can't remember how she said she came across it, but she was like, I read something that if you want to try and wake up faster and better in the morning, you should do things like brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand because it makes your brain work harder. And she was like, your brain is probably working so much harder because you have to do not only everything with your non-dominant hand, but you can't use this at all. You know what I mean? Like the most I can do is like I'll like flip a light switch with like my elbow or my shoulder. You know what I mean? But like even like when I was showing you guys earlier, like what I had to do, it's like I like twisted my arm back too much, and it's like I could feel the tightness in my wrist. It's like, ugh. And it's like, ugh. But I don't know. I don't know if that's why. But I woke up this morning and I was so tired, man. And I'm also trying to make sure I'm putting out content, mostly all short form stuff. It's been working like those videos I've been telling you about where I'm just like, hey, did you ever hear the song blah 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 blah? Well, my name's Moose. I like to moosify them. Check this out. I put a clip of my music video in. Those have been working, so I kind of just been sticking to that. The last few days I've been thinking about, I want to make more like, what song I was thinking about today? Because I've had some songs in my head, but they take a little more effort, which is fine, but I've just been like exhausted. And I woke up, and usually the first thing I do as I wake up, instead of scrolling on my phone, I try and like have something ready from the day before to post in the morning. So I'll wake up, no matter what time it is, I just post. And then I'll get up, brush my teeth, help the girls get ready, take Lily to the bus stop, and drink coffee. And then usually when I come home, I still have some coffee, most of my coffee. Sorry. And then I'll just start planning out my day. I have a little whiteboard on the refrigerator, and I'll just write down like the things I need to work on, you know. And I just didn't want to, you know. I was just like, I was sitting at the kitchen table, and I'm thinking about what I got to do, and I'm like looking around, getting some ideas and stuff. I'm like, I just want to sit here. You know what I mean? I just sat there, drank coffee, and I think I just scrolled on TikTok for like 30 minutes or something. I'm like, oh, I just didn't want to do anything, you know? I was like, you know what? Whatever. I just went back to my bed, watched some YouTube. It's kind of bumming me out, you know what I mean? I was like, oh man, like, it's wintertime, I got cabin fever, maybe on top of like, I can't even go anywhere, you know? So I was like, shoot, am I getting depressed? Am I gonna have to go see a therapist or something? I'm like, dude, you're working, man. Like, just take a break, you know? So I did, and I was like, okay. I watched YouTube for an hour or so. And I was like, well, I I can't sit for very long. So I was like, well, I'll go do these few things or whatever. And then my mom called, and she was going to take me to my appointment, but it was still a few hours away. And she called, and she was like, hey, do you want to go get, I'm in your area. When we pick you up, we'll go get some lunch. And I was like, yeah, sure. It's like, I didn't do anything yet today. I was like, I got to wash up and change my clothes. So I did that. And we went out to lunch, talked for a little while, went to physical therapy, came home, made some content, got Lily from the bus stop. As soon as she came home, too, I was just like, you want to play Mario Kart? She's like, yeah. She got really excited. And I went into my room, turned on the Nintendo and stuff. She never came in. So I ended up playing... Oh. Sorry. I ended up playing... I'm trying to find a game that I can, like, play it. Because like I said, I'm into, like, platformers and stuff where I need, like, all my fingers on both hands. And I like try something, but it's like I have to be able to like not try and move these fingers. I have to set it up in a way where I just only use my thumb and, you know, these fingers. But just really not a lot of game. I couldn't really find anything that I liked. Of all the games we have, it's all the video games we have. It's like I couldn't find anything, and I went back to Tetris again, and I get to like level 3, and it gets too fast, and I'm like, I hate this game. I stopped playing. And then we ate dinner, and then Lily was like, can we play Mario Kart? I was like, yeah, I've been waiting for you, bruh. So we played Mario Kart pretty much until she had to go to bed. So it's been cool just to, you know, hang out and stuff. Which I'm hoping, I have a feeling it's not going to work out this way, but if I slowly, you know, it's going to be slowly getting back into playing again. I'm hoping that it like puts me in the habit of like doing stuff until like dinner time, and then I just hang out with the family. Because Kimmy's been joining in playing Mario Kart with us too. And honestly, for me, like I usually, it depends what I'm in the mood for. I'm kind of partial to Mario Kart 64 Battle, and I'm partial to Mario Kart Double Dash for racing. But Mario Kart 8's okay for the Switch. But that Renegade Roundup in the battle mode is pretty cool. So we've been playing that. And we've been like switching it up, and then like today it used to bother me because like I realized Lily's probably is feeling the same way, and I just didn't realize it. But you can switch like no computer, all computer. You can make the computer players hard or really easy. You can turn items on and off. You can turn them on and off for the different teams. So so like me and her were playing on a team against computer players, and she was like, let's only give them bananas and we have only stars. So it's like absolute, like, we're gonna crush. And I'm like, you know what, sure, like, let's change it up, you know what I mean? And it was fun. Like, we obviously like whooped the other team, but it was just like it was fun to just like drive around and just like, you know, knock the team into oblivion and just like whatever. Or sometimes it's like there was like one round, it's like we couldn't capture all of them, and it took us almost the entire 5 minutes for the round. And we're just like, what the heck's going on? They only have banana peels. How are they beating us? But we did it, and it was fun. So, and that's what video games are for. That it's entertainment. It was for us to have fun. We were laughing, you know. So that's that. But really hope I can stay in that habit of just doing that. You know. Um. Uh, what I've been doing for content too, when I, you know, like videos I was telling you about. Did you ever hear the song blah blah blah? My name's Moose. I like to take those kind of songs and moosify them. Check this out. I've literally just been going down my list on Spotify. So I log into the back end of my Spotify, and it'll tell me like the most listened to songs in the last 28 days or 7 days, whatever I set it to. It defaults to the last 28 days. And I just been going down the list. It doesn't really, the order doesn't really change much, but I'm getting towards the bottom now. So I'm in like, you know, the like ones that aren't as popular. And a lot of them haven't been hitting as hard. Some of them have. I think I have like some gems in there that like people probably just don't know that are out there. So that's kind of why I'm just going down the list. But I was thinking today, I was like, okay, so once I get to the bottom of the list, do I just start over and just do a different, like try a different thing? Or do I just make them again in a different spot? I don't know. Like we were waiting at the bus stop today. I made one. And usually I do it like over here with the octopus paintings that Kimmy made for me in the background. Well, she didn't make it for me. She just painted them, and I took them because they were cool. But I was like, oh, I should probably change this up a bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like consistency. You know, when people say the same thing, because it's like you're scrolling on TikTok and you see the same dude in the same space saying the same little like catchphrase or whatever. And if you like it, it's just like you like that consistency. It's like the intro of a TV show that you like or something, right? But I was like, maybe I should just change it up. So I don't know. Maybe I need to do that. But I'm also kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know. Something to think about. I probably have a couple days to figure it out, but I won't figure it out, and then it'll come time, and I'll just be like, first thing that comes to my head, and I'll just do it. So that's kind of what I do. I feel like it's more genuine that way. So I also wanted to make a video of just like an update almost, like this is like I don't even know, like I want it to be something that like, you know, catches people's attention, but also like something along the lines of like, this is me. I make songs and covers, and I was recording an original album, and I almost died. And at the beginning of the year, I set a goal to get 100,000 streams on, you know, total or whatever across Spotify and stuff, and But then this happened, and I can't even make any new music. So if you haven't heard of me, would you mind checking it out? Maybe helping me out or something. Obviously, I got to do it. That's too long. And yeah, I'll figure that out. But I wanted to try and do that. I was like, I should probably do that at like once a month or something. Because this month, I think just on like TikTok, I went up like 200 new followers, and on YouTube, I'm up, I think, 136 subscribers, which is like a ton. That's so many. But I realized, because like I'll post on TikTok, right? And then sometimes certain covers pop off a little more than others. And I was thinking about it, or I was thinking about what, because people will comment and they'll say, this is really good. Could you cover insert song here, right? Something along those lines. And the first few times I commented and was just like, yeah, I hurt my hand. I severed a bunch of tendons and an artery, so I have a few months of physical therapy at the moment. But I would love to when I'm back. And people were like, oh man, I'll definitely stay tuned or whatever. Like, that's cool. And then I started doing like video replies to it. And I did 2 video replies, but then that like got a lot of engagement too. So people were like, oh, dang, I didn't even know that. Like, holy crap, you're in a splint. Like, that's really scary. Like, I'll check out your stuff, right? So I'm already like making new friends and stuff, and kind of getting the word out there, because I was just like, I'm posting all these videos and stuff when I had 2 hands, and like this thing happened, and I don't know, but I think this is all the stuff that I need to like learn to, when I start making music again, I can like tell the story better. People would call that like marketing it better. But I'm not a marketer and I'm not a business guy. I just like making shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess, I mean, all I've been doing really is just doing stuff, and then I'll try like 100 things, and then one thing sticks, and I'll just do that. So, because so far, I mean, I still need to make more one-handed musician videos too, but like those work well. Those ones are still getting views on YouTube. It's crazy to me. Do you know what song I was thinking about today? And then I found these ones where I'm like, have you ever heard the song? Well, I like to moosify it. The heck? What is that? Sticker. Kids, man. So yeah, I probably just need to, I overthink this stuff. I need to just make it and do it 20 different times, and then there's surely to be one thing that sticks. So, and I'll just keep doing that. But I don't know. The thing too. So with the 100,000 streams thing, if you take 100,000 divided by 12, it's like 8,300 streams a month or something like that. I'm almost at the end of January. It's the 30th, right? Tomorrow's the 31st. It's something like that. We're at the end of January, and I'm already over 4,000. So I got halfway there without putting out anything new. So that's pretty good. And what did I say? In 2023, in my wrapped video, in 2023, I had like 32,000 streams. And then in 2024, I had like 60 some thousand streams. It was something like that. I think it was like 40,000 and then like 69,000. So I came close to like doubling it, right? So I was like, shoot, let's just go for 100. Seems like a good number to go for. So even if I only get the 4,000 a month, I'm already on track to do close to what I did last year. So hopefully I can get my what you call it, original album out, and hopefully that'll like bump it up a bit or something and make up for the average, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't expecting to get like 8,000 a month. I figured like the first month might start out like 3,000 and 4,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kind of snowball a little bit, but it would average out hopefully to about 8,300 or whatever that number is. I don't know, but I think I'm just rambling at this point because I'm tired and I would like to go to bed. So I'm going to go do that. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and hope you're all doing well. One thing that's kind of died down, not a lot of people have been hitting me up as much lately. A lot of people still are, but life is moving on. I'm not the hot topic anymore. But yeah, I hope you're all, I get it. You guys are all busy and got families and jobs and crazy stuff going on. So, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for the support. All the links are in the description, and I'll see you tomorrow.